Hi everyone, my name is Nepal Arslan. I'm a senior here at RB. And to put it quite simply, what I like to do is tell stories. I'm a filmmaker. Here's a little bit about me. Filmmaking kind of entered my life around 11 years ago. I was 7 or 8 years old, and it was me, an iPod Touch, and Legos. And I was able to tell my stories through these three things. I was able to express my ideas and basically tell you who I am and what I want to be. And that kind of manifested. So now, almost 18 years old, I make commercials and films. Being a high school filmmaker has been a quite extraordinary experience. I've learned that there are other people around me willing to make art. There are other people willing to take time and basically spend it with me and create something that could possibly change our environment, our community, and those around us. And I think that's been a really cool experience for me to see, kind of pop out of this bubble of being to me only and see that other people are willing to sit down with me and collaborate. And I think that's really, really cool. Now, my passion. How did I figure out that filmmaking is what I want to do with my life? And this all came from my family. My family is one that we've been traveling for a long time. We've lived in multiple different countries. I've been to tons of different schools. And through this, I got to see some great things. I got to see different environments, different cultures, different peoples, and I got to see what they like to do, and it gave me a wide range of perspective. But it also left me lacking something. It left me lacking something to hold on to no matter where I was. It left me constantly changing everything around me. And then film came along. Film was something that I could hold on to no matter where I was. All I needed was one camera. I needed one camera and my sister, which was there anyways. So with her, I just made my movies. And through that, I learned anything's possible as long as I have my film with me and the people around me. And I think that was such a unique, special experience for me. And it all started. This is probably 4th or 5th grade. This is Queens TV on the East Coast. And we were there talking about music or something like that, and then I noticed something. I noticed 3 huge cameras behind me, or in front of me, and a huge set, and a story being told. A story about me and my friends, but then I also noticed how much effort goes into that, and how much fun they were having. They were yelling action, lights, everything, and they were like broadcasting, there was lights everywhere. And I said, I want a piece of that. I want to try that. I want to see what it feels like to be a part of that experience. And then, so I did it. I got my iPod, my Legos, and I tried it out. And I figured out that this is what I really love to do. And then freshman year came along, we moved from New Jersey to California, and I asked my dad one day, I was like, and this I think a few weeks into school starting, and I said, can I make a company? Like, can I make commercials? And he said, you're 14, but sure, go ahead. So so the next day, I think it was late the next day, I said, Dad, I'm gonna make commercials. So I went out, I think I rode my bike around town, and I think I went to a few companies I think it's near the Home Depot that we have around here in RB. And I said, can I make videos for you guys? And I went to everybody possible. I went door to door asking, and surprisingly, people said yes. Now, it was free, but they said yes. And I did it. I made tons of different commercials for different companies, whether it was a minute, 30 seconds, or 5 minutes. But then I failed a bunch. I did some really bad videos. But the cool thing was, because I failed, and because these people were okay with me failing, I learned so much from that. And I learned that it's okay to fail. It's okay to not do well. It's okay to try again. And that's been a really, really cool experience for me and a really cool enlightenment for me. And this goes into my next thing, connections. I talked about going around meeting all these different people in these different stores and basically putting myself out there. And that was a big part of manifesting my art form into a career. Because these people, even though I failed, they saw that I had the drive to try again, to not fail. And so what they did is they told other people about me. And so what happened was I had a community of people contacting me and basically asking, Nepal, you might be 15, but can you make us a free commercial, please? And so I would go around doing these free commercials and having fun with it and learning so much. And these connections, they grew. So for example, my freshman year, I made this commercial for a band. They had come from like a different country, but they were only here for a few days. And I offered, can we make a music video? I did it. And a few years down the line, I think it was my end of my sophomore year or beginning of junior year, they said, I got a call from a different band saying, hey, we're touring California and Florida. Can you come with us? I couldn't go to the Florida part, but I did go on the California part, and it was quite an amazing experience. I brought my best friend with me. We made videos for 3 weeks straight about this band, and it was so cool because I got to see the possibilities of being a real filmmaker, the possibilities of this as a career, and that told me this is what I'm doing with the rest of my life. And one really big thing I noticed too is I tried every sport. I tried almost every different type of art, but I didn't connect with it. And that's why I think the motivation that you get, the strive that you get, can't come from just your parents or your teachers or your peers. It has to be from inside of you. There has to be a spark that says while you're sleeping, you're thinking about film. While you're awake, you're thinking about film. While you're sitting down playing video games, you're like, I could be writing a script right now. Those are the things that kept happening in my head. I was subconsciously realizing that, unconsciously, like I wasn't realizing, but I wasn't realizing that filmmaking is becoming a part of me and it's kind of taking over, but I was loving it. I was loving every part of it because I had a purpose now. I had something that was driving me to do better, and it was giving me an outlet to tell the stories that I want to tell. And I think that's one really big thing. Once you find that thing, that little niche, you're gonna hold on to it for the rest of your life. Now let's get a little bit into the actual things I've done, the little commercials, and I've been talking about them, but basically, there's a wide variety. I personally meditate, and so there's a lot of videos I've done related to meditation, just talking about spirituality and just like your personal beliefs. But then I've also done things for like bands, like I said. And I did a video for Guinness World Records, and I had a few videos playing in Times Square, just like things like that were just so. How did this happen? I don't know, but it's happening, and it's really cool. And it kind of blew me away that when you go with the flow, when you really believe in yourself and you just don't stop working, things just happen on their own. Because I think that's one big misconception. Everyone believes that you have to be pushing yourself 24/7. You have to be like just dying of sweat and just be like gears turning every second. But if you just like what you're doing, that's going to happen anyways. That's going to be going on in your head anyways. And without you realizing, you'll be accomplishing those goals. Let's get down to business. So one really big question is, how does a 14-year-old get the word out that, I'm 17 now, but how does a 14-year-old get the word out that he's in San Diego making commercials? Please ask him to make a commercial. It was all word of mouth. I don't think I put a single penny into a YouTube ad or an Instagram ad or anything like that. And it all goes back to that 1 year of free commercials that I did. And I think that's my big point here, is the connections. You have to be willing to tell people, yeah, I'll do your video. Like, don't like take a chance on me. Like, I will do it for you as long as you're willing to give me your time. Give me just 3 hours, and I'll be out of your hair, and you don't have to pay me a single dime. And I think we both benefit from this. And I think that's what happened. People told this person about me and that person about me, and I think that's what happens with a lot of people, no matter what career path you're in. The end goal. After this whole presentation, it may seem like what I want to do is commercials. It may seem like I want to be on that screen on TV, on CNN, making like little ads for Amazon, things like that, which is an awesome career path. But the thing I really want to do is make movies. I write scripts every day. I love writing stories. And I love thinking about the shots and visualizing them. So my end goal is for you to see my movie up there someday. I don't know when it's going to happen. It could be 40 years down. It could not happen. I don't know. But I'm taking it step by step. And I'm not forcing things, and I think that's what's really making me enjoy every part of my journey. I'm just letting things happen, and that's the cool thing. I know what I want. I know where I want to get, but because I'm not forcing it, I feel like it's going to happen anyways. Here's a little example of the connections part of my story. His name's Josh, by the way. But I was at this red carpet event a few weeks ago. I saw an online invite from someone I knew. I went alone. It was in downtown San Diego. I was the only minor there, so I couldn't go to a lot of different places at the place. But the cool thing was, I went up to the red carpet, and there's these really fancy people. They all look really important. And I said, "Can I take a picture with you?" And they said, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." And I took a picture, gave him my card. He gave me his card, and I emailed him that later that day, and a few other people that I met there. And now, because I met him, 2 weeks from now, on June 1st, I'll be making a film with him. With a few veterans and military veterans, and it's an action film, and it's all because I said hi to Josh. I said, "Can I take a picture with you on this red carpet event?" Got his card and emailed him that night. That's the only reason why I'm making this film now, and I think that concept is so cool. The concept that one person can change everything. Just be willing to say yes, because that moment you're doubting yourself and thinking, "I can't do it," that is your defeat. Because I feel like, just don't be afraid, Like, opportunities only come to you once, and if someone has what you want in their hand and they're offering it to you, might as well take it, and might as well try it out, and might as well see where it goes. Because you might fail or you might succeed. Either way, it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth the experience. It's going to be worth the time. Now, here are a few pictures of kind of behind the scenes and things. In the top left, you'll actually see a picture of our film crew from our school. If you look behind you, there's cameras everywhere. These are other people just like me at this school who are passionate about filmmaking, and they love what they're doing. And it's so cool to be with other students who are so driven to just sit down and make art. And Miss Kravchuk right here, for example, sat down with me for like, I think 30 hours writing a script with me my sophomore year of high school. And like, it's just these people at our school, just in our school, our 2,000 person high school, that have changed my life so much. And the bottom, you see a picture from, bottom right, you see a picture from a film that I did over the summer this year. Mike Brueggemeyer, he spoke earlier today. He was on set helping me just out of his time, like taking time to help me and guide me and teach me how to be a better director. And that's what I'm saying. People are willing to take the time, so might as well let it happen. Here's a little video.
Let's try that again. Ready? Begin.
Thank you. And yeah, so that was a little 2-minute compilation of kind of the best shots for my films, but I just want to give you an idea of what it is I do, and thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you so much for taking the time, and I really hope that there's an elementary school, a middle school, or a high school out here that understood it's okay to go for what you want to do. And I know a lot of our parents tell us it's not safe to make films, it's not safe to make art as your career, but I'm going to film school, and I'm going to love it there. I know I'm going to love it there, and I know I can turn this into a career if I really just try hard. I really hope that message came across. Thank you so much.